2025 is shaping up to be an amazing year for LEGO Star Wars, and today we're talking about some recent leaks as well as some confirmed releases. Also at the end, we're each going to have one set for good set, bad set, so stay tuned. Getting right to the heart of it, here we have the May the 4th promo for this year, which has leaked the 40765 Kamino training facility. Now, in my opinion, this is the perfect scene for a May the 4th GWP. It's a little bit of an obscure scene without any epic action or key plot points from the movie, like the Lars Family Kitchen GWP from back in 2022. The difference is that this training facility contains 3 identical clone cadets. Interestingly, with dual molded legs and arm printing, LEGO is going all out for this non-production set that you can't even buy with money, as well as these weapons. I always hated these long blasters. Take this candlestick off the end of the long blaster. That is my manifesto. All right. Now, I must say the box presentation is a little misleading. It totally looks like there's 6 clones just glancing at the box of this. 2 years ago, the May the 4th threshold to get this GWP was 150. Last year, it was 160 when we had the droid carrier up there. So if I were to guess, this year's threshold would be 170. Kevin, what do you think about this set?
Kind of going in a different direction. I really like the box art. I know that doesn't matter that much.
No, it does. Me too.
But the box art is actually pretty cool. And so remind me, DG, what's the big flying drone thing over there?
It's a KE-8 Enforcer ship.
Yeah, that's cool. So is this from Clone Wars or Bad Batch? I generally remember it, but I can't remember exactly.
I sound like a broken record, man. I don't watch all these Star Wars TV shows, so I have no idea what's in Bad Batch or not.
But I do worry about the bulk of the build, like laying down, unless there's some way that that's going to get propped up.
I'm sure that it's like this, but then you can lay it down like that, much like another recently announced set, UCS Jango Fett Starship. It looks amazing. Set number 75409. Almost 3,000 pieces, nearly 1,000 pieces more than the UCS Boba Fett Starship. Excuse me, Slave One. Now the big change here, the cockpit holds 2 minifigures. She looks a little thick. I don't know. This ovular thing is okay, but it's a little chubby. I think the cockpit might be a hair too big.
It's a big cockpit.
I think it might be the biggest cockpit scene ever on a LEGO set.
It might be.
So as we see, this is 17 inches tall and 15 and a half wide, I guess if you count the wings. Pretty decent size. So back in 2015, we had the UCS Boba Fett Slave One. This was 1996 pieces, $200. Somehow we've gained 1,000 pieces.
Is this one any bigger than the Slave One?
I think it's close to the exact same size.
Wow. DG, it's going to be $300, of course, released May the 4th be with you. What do you think? Do you think I like this set?
I think you do. Actually, probably not. You tend to like weird things like dioramas. I'm going to say that you dislike this set, but I like it despite its chunkiness and its stickers. It's a beefy UCS set, and I mean, 10 cents price per piece, especially varied colors like this, cool colors like sand green. I mean, 300 might be a little steep. Would I like this at 240? Of course I would, but I'll get there naturally on a discount anyway.
And get the GWP with it and you'll be doing good. I like the fact that the shaping is a little different, you know, something unique from the Slave One, right? Like, we don't have to be exactly canonical perfect with all these Star Wars sets. And so a little bit of variety is a good thing.
Okay, generally I agree. Like on play sets, sure, it's an artistic interpretation. Make the engines huge or try different things technique-wise. But man, on a UCS set, it should be closely representative of the source material.
So I agree with that, but this is closely representative. So I'm good with that. But
Despite being, you know, pretty chunky.
Yeah, but I like the fact that they just didn't copy the Slave One build and recolor it, right? Like, it's a whole new build experience. It's a whole new design. You get a little variety. This isn't so far off that you look at it saying, wait, what is this supposed to be?
What are these tiny, tiny cannons on the bottom? What is that?
So, but now you just hit the next thing I was going to say, which I was going to ask you, where do you think my least favorite part of the build is?
Right here, these cannons.
Those and the green long tile pieces in there with the sharp corners. I don't like that, especially the top part, not the rounded pieces, but the tile pieces there, the 1x4. The color contrast is just too sharp. That should be smooth where those corners are, especially the top right below the canopy, the green with that printed piece right below the canopy. I want that smooth around. I want a little bit more distressing in there. But overall, I like it. I like the blue a lot. I like the other green color next to the canopy. I think that all looks good.
The contrast, like the saturation, the color contrast is cranked up. Maybe that's because we're used to seeing the Slave One, you know, through fog or like a little bit dirty. Maybe it looks too clean. This is like the Slave One fresh out of the car wash. Yeah, man, what is going on with those tiny, tiny cannons? I mean, give us the 20-year-old cannon piece, you know, on the B-wing. That that looked better than these tiny little shrimp cannons. It feels like this bottom part, when it's in flight mode, like near the cannons, is a little too short. I want this to be longer.
Yes.
The Slave one should look sick like this, in my opinion, more than it should look sick like in landing mode.
Yeah.
Because in landing mode, it looks like a little snail thing. It's like in landing mode. But when it's upright, that's when you're like, oh, it's a battle mode. Like, that's pretty cool. It should look better in that position, in my opinion. And so this is pretty disappointing.
I gotta say, the more that I'm looking at that canopy piece, the more I like it. It's kind of cool how much you can see inside there. The fact that you can comfortably sit 2 minifigs. You know, Lego tried something. I feel like this is one where in the picture, maybe not so much, but I'm hedging that if I were to build this set, I would think that's pretty cool.
I'll probably get this and build it for personal, honestly. This is just a really, really cool ship. And if I'm going to spend $300 on a replacement Slave 1, I might as well get a really sick one.
Yeah, and you know me, I don't get many of the UCS sets because they're just so big. I don't have anywhere to put them. And, you know, a lot of them are big gray blobs, or this one's cool. This one's cool.
The 75406 midi-scale Kylo Ren's command shuttle in black. Thank God they did the right color. For 386 parts, I would hope this is $40. It might be $50. But, you know, even if it is, look at the shaping, look at the size. This is intimidating. It's a wide wingspan. It's like an albatross wingspan, extremely large, it's just a little smiley face shaped, you know, black starship. So box looks great. If I see this at 40 retail, I'm happy. At 50, I'm not going to be jumping at anything near that.
So not factoring in price, I love it, but I have 2 questions. I know the wings, I can see the side of the box right there. I know they're going to fold vertical, but will they collapse down? And it doesn't look like they can.
Doesn't look like it.
Because if they could do that, that would be cool. Probably too much to ask. But is the fuselage canopy area, you know, the living quarters, is that just a little too small?
Proportionally, maybe. I don't know. It's not awful. I believe this is a print, so that's good to see at least. And hey man, why are we covering these up with grill pieces? These are obviously minifig stands.
We can't get any minifigs with these. Ridiculous. You don't got to throw in an exclusive, but you know, just a previous Kylo Ren would be awesome.
Give me a $5 Kylo Ren. Give me a Stormtrooper. Anything. A first order, whatever.
Ooh.
Yet another Maywave set. We have a Kylo Ren helmet here. 529 pieces. This is set number 75415. And you know what I wonder? This being a helmet in the color black, is this going to be a Target exclusive like the Dark Trooper helmet? Because usually in each wave of helmets, there is a Target exclusive.
Mm-hmm. But we got a few more coming. So maybe it's this one. Maybe it's another one we're about to talk about. But this one looks cool. I like all those prints. I think they're all prints, not stickers, because they look like they're running to the edge of the pieces.
I don't know, man. I'm hesitant to get my hopes up.
I know it is a render, so not sure. I think the mask and mouth area isn't perfect, but I still like it. It's clearly identifiable. The one thing I wish was there were a few less studs on top. His helmet is known for being so smooth, so if we could get rid of some of those studs, but overall, pretty awesome.
Wait, that's crazy. Why didn't they just put a 8x8 wide dish piece on top at least? Like, round it off. Wow. Man, at least give me a 4x4 dish on top.
Yeah.
At least a 2x2 dish. Like, come on. Like,
at least a 1x1 dish.
at least put a stud, you know.
And give me an option to put in some red cracks through there.
Give a little 1x1 cone on there with an antenna poking out.
No, I like it. And you know, look, they might do another one with the helmet all busted up, but if you're going to do one and only one Kylo Ren helmet, it's got to be the clean version. Overall, looks good.
Yeah, we'll see about price. I would say at this piece count, 529 parts, I would want to see this at no more than $60 retail.
Well, we know it's going to be 70. That's what all the helmets are going for these days.
I don't know. 70, but, you know, not 80, we hope.
Shouldn't be 80. That now we're getting into Darth Vader. Yeah, helmets, dioramas, mini-scale ships, they're all 20% overpriced. That's just the game right now. If this is at 70, I'm waiting until it's 48 at Target or wherever. But remember, I picked up 20 of the Luke Skywalker pilot helmets for $30 each.
30?
Yeah.
Where'd you get those?
I think it was at Target.
Crazy. The lowest I saw was like 39 on those, and I loaded up at about 39 and 43 between there. Next up, 75408 Jango Fett helmet, 616 parts with a blue glow emanating and multiple blue colors throughout. I'm excited for this one. I know Boba kind of underperformed, but man, other than the extremes of the extreme Cloud City Boba, generally Jango figures, minifigures I mean, are worth more than their Boba Fett counterparts.
Yeah, that Boba helmet was slow to get going, but that's a $60 helmet going for $75 now. It was on sale for around $40, $45. So that one's doing great. And that one had a long shelf life. You know, obviously with all these, we don't know, but it's great to see more helmets. These are awesome. I don't like the blue glow on the box though. Too much blue glow. I like the red glow on the Kylo Ren. This one doesn't work for me.
Because he's a villain, I almost wish it was a red glow. I know it's out of character. I mean, yeah, I would say the box design is a little there, but we'll see with this when it's actually built. It should look really, really good. And hey, a splash of color among the helmet line. Oh man. Yeah. What I like about this helmet is other than these cheek pieces here, it doesn't look like a lot of things even require prints or stickers. I suppose there's this rim along the top. What I'm saying is I like that this design doesn't rely heavily on stickers or prints.
Yeah. Is that the last helmet we have official images of?
I believe so.
We heard that there was the Bo-Katan helmet rumor a few months ago. I wonder if that is dead or if there's still something coming there, because that'd be awesome.
No news yet on that, but so far our lineup of 2025 helmets is AT-AT driver, Jango Fett, and Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
3 villains. Honestly, really awesome lineup.
That's awesome.
Up next, we have our next 5-pack Star Wars movie Brickhead 40796 Revenge of the Sith Brickheads. This is great to see because Revenge of the Sith is one of the most underutilized and overlooked subject materials for LEGO Star Wars. So here we have a 5-pack, 656 parts. Our characters, Padme Amidala, Anakin Skywalker, Grievous in the middle. I think they put him in the middle for the reason he's the standout in this set. Emperor Palpatine, and of course on the right, Mace Windu. Your thoughts?
General Grievous. How awesome is that?
Oh my gosh.
Talk about character that translates well to Brickheadz, you know, and you wouldn't think that, right? But Lego did a phenomenal job taking that stringy General Grievous and getting it into the blockhead version. So that's great.
2 thoughts from me. I love the part usage of that hinge piece there. That's 2 studs on either side of the hinge to split Grievous's arm from the 2 into the 4. That is amazing parts usage. Another thing, the eyes.
Yep. And then Palpatine looks pretty good. But then if you scroll to the other picture, the back of the box, there's another set of eyes for Skywalker. So all 3 of them can have the possessed eyes.
Oh, I see. Like, can we have good Anakin and bad Anakin? Wait, let's see. Yes, let's go. That's such a cool touch. Does Padme get the ones with the X's, the X eyes from Lego Star Wars, the video game, when she dies?
That would be a little morbid.
It looks like not. Very unfortunate. We'll see. Wait to see the price on this. I'd like it at 50. We'll have to see.
I actually like Mace Windu in there. Have we had him in Brickheadz form?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so that's cool.
As a member of the bald-headed community, I will say I like that they did it as a total square, just completely cubular.
Got the Minecraft Mace Windu in here.
Indeed. And people might be wondering, why are we talking about these sets? Aren't we an investment channel? And it's true that we're not going to buy these sets this year and maybe not even next year. Them releasing does impact the sets that will retire and inform. Nah, you know what? Why am I so illiterate today?
You should leave that. Because the last 2, more than 2 Brickheadz Star Wars sets, you know, the large multi-packs 5 and 6, they've retired same year. And I'm sure this one will too at this point. But are we going to be buying it for investing? The first 2 haven't done so well. So when it goes 40% off, I'll grab a few. But I got a bunch of the Endor Battle Hero sets at the 40% off. And I'm still not ready to sell those because my profit would be so minimal. But, you know.
Yeah, the investment performance of these is not looking good. However, I will say, of Brickheadz multi-packs that have released so far, this group of 5 is by far the best in my opinion, and I will pick one of these up for personal 100%.
Yeah, better than last year's though. Remember when we had Queen Amidala?
Yeah, I mean, she was a great splash of color, pure red among the Brickheads, and really, really well done. But between Padme and Grievous, I mean, they're similarly good, but I would say the supporting cast here of the other 4 is better than in that one. This is the Super Battle Pack, the 327th. Not sure what the set name is, but basically it's a Super Battle Pack. You have the CIS over here with their Dwarf Spider, 3 Super Battle Droids, and a dumb little stud shooter turret here versus your yellow AT-RT downscaled from the 2020 501st AT-RT. You have 4 troopers here. They look to be identical, so this is kind of a great battle pack, but in the Super Battle Pack form, why not have an off-color trooper that's not the same color as the rest? I don't understand this. The AT-RT looks great. I think it's the best one we've had so far. It's not super toweringly tall. It's still overscaled, but just design-wise, it looks great. And then you gotta love in the middle, the little piece of terrain to battle over. What's this, Felucia? No idea what planet this is. But by the way, let's get a Felucia set. $40 MSRP.
It's a battle pack. It's expensive.
What do you think about the price? $40 when the last multi-faction battle pack was $30.
Yeah, too much. You know me and battle packs. If I find them on really good discount, maybe. But, I've got a bunch of the Ahsoka clone trooper with the swamp speeder, and, that's not going anywhere because it's still available at retail and on discount. So,
Give it time.
Give it time.
That one's hoarded. That's one of the most hoarded Lego Star Wars battle packs because Lego investing is so much more mainstream now than it was in years past. So give it time. It's still going to perform. Awesome set.
Well, I might send you my whole stack and send you a bill with them.
Yeah, leave the bill behind, man. I'll take them off you for $5 a piece.
I paid 10.
All right, the next confirmed set we have the Star Wars logo. What the heck is this? 700 pieces, $60 US. 75409 is the set number. May 2025 release, just in a couple weeks here. No minifig. What the heck is this?
All right, so we got to get some investing talk in here. I'll throw the bomb. This is going to be one of the best performing sets in a long time.
Really?
Absolutely.
What makes you say that?
It's the Star Wars logo in Lego form. People are mad at it because it's so plain and boring. So it's going to be undersupplied. You can brick build the Star Wars logo. Awesome.
This is great for like YouTubers and hardcore fans to put in their background, but like, I don't know. This is it fair to say this doesn't appeal to kids? This is for adults?
Oh, 100% for adults.
So then like, think of all the adults you know and what percentage of them would be interested in buying this. I think that's less than something like a UCS Jango Slave 1 or a different adult-oriented display set. I don't know that a little gimmick like this Easter egg here inside is really going to drive that much more demand. Massive miss here. I don't think this is going to do well at all.
Oh, man. I think this is amazing. It is so simple. I assume it hangs on the wall. If it doesn't hang on the wall, then I got to change my story. But
oh, if it hangs on the wall, I reserve the right to change my mind. Okay, that is sick.
You got other Star Wars memorabilia, whatever, right? A man cave, something, right? Like just having, there's so many uses for this. I want 10 of these for myself.
You know what I forgot about is this appeals, because it doesn't explicitly say Lego, this appeals to all Star Wars fans more than Lego fans. So, okay, I changed my mind. I reserved a right to change my mind as I get a new information, okay? Guys, this is the approach we take to Lego investing, right? I don't know if this is going to be one of the best performing, but I do see the appeal. It is definitely going to capture some demand from that Star Wars market, which is 10 times the size of the Lego Star Wars market.
And I've seen some people say, oh, it should have come with a minifigure like the Marvel one. You know what? The Marvel one, I like how they did that. I would have liked it without minifigures and more plain, but I'm accepting of that, right? Because, Marvel logo is just not as iconic as this Star Wars logo. But this one, the fact that it doesn't have any minifigures means the price can be the lowest as possible. And it's just so clean and plain. And when you are seeing Star Wars iconic logo, that's all you want. You don't want anything else. This is a banger. Don't tell anybody. All
right, next we have a $100 chopper, buildable chopper. This is interesting. What is this little sticker on the box? Does this have batteries or something? What? Build together. Oh, okay, that doesn't really... I'm not going to build this together. Like what? Somebody builds the head and somebody else the body. Nice level of detail. I know Chopper's popular from the Ahsoka series or from Rebels, I believe. I guess it comes with an Ahsoka... No, that's a Chopper minifigure. Why? The orange skin almost looked like Ahsoka skin. Yeah, this looks great. You'll love to see it. Continuing the droid series. I like it.
I mean, it's no Chewbacca, but fine.
I don't know if I'll buy it as an investment. We'll have to wait and see. BD1 has some life in it in retirement, so some of these $100 droids actually can perform. We'll have to wait and see about the $100 not retiring R2-D2 in the same scale with the Darth Malak minifigure.
Yeah, we will, but that is not going to be a good comp because that Darth Malak minifigure is awesome and popular and make up 30 to 40% of the value. That little Chopper minifigure down there on the box, nothing. So this has to be all about the build.
And it looks like our next single pack brickhead is 40795, the Luke Skywalker Red 5 brickhead. I think this looks really nice. If it's $10 at the standard price, 138 parts. Are these prints here for the helmet piece? If so, I like this a lot. This is a nice colorful splash to your Star Wars brickheads line.
Business standard for Lego that all brickheads are prints. I can't think of any stickers on brickheads. Could be wrong. Correct me in the comments. But I do like this for helping the Red 5 helmet. That will be a nice little pair up. Get those Red 5s going. They're already doing okay. I mean, it's early, but yeah, there's some value in here. I like the visor on this little brickhead. It's simple, and I don't know if it's the lighting or how they photo edited, whatever that may be, but I think there's a chance that visor is going to look good.
Agree. And of course, we have the breathing apparatus on the stomach here too.
Yep.
That looks good. Or on the chest. And then of course, we have a set number starting in a 4, indicating maybe it's a Lego exclusive and not a widespread mainline playset. The Holiday AT-AT, $80 MSRP. This is just a rumor. I love this little concept art here, but I don't usually buy a lot of Christmas Lego Star Wars sets. They don't really do well as investments. investments, not that interested. All right, now it's time for good set, bad set.
DG, you said we could only pick one set for today's good set, bad set. So I had to go outside of the box. Fortnite Peely Bone. Pretty cool. $100 set. Fortnite is so popular. I don't know anything about it. I don't know if these Lego sets are going to be any good or not. I do ask my kids. They're my source on whether I should invest in these, and they say yes on this one. You know, you go back, the first wave of Star Wars, the first wave of Harry Potter, the first wave of a few others, super, super valuable today. But then you also go back and you get, you know, like the first wave of Minions, the first wave of the Angry Birds sets. Some of them are actually doing okay, but they were slow growth in value. So I don't know. Is Fortnite big enough that it's going to track something like Harry Potter, or is it just going to be a flash in the pan? I wouldn't want to miss out on at least a few of these because they might blow up in value.
Yeah, I know this is scheduled to retire, and if it does, that would have just a 15-month shelf life, so really, really ridiculously short. All the Fortnite sets that are out are retiring, other than the Battle Bus, which has just had crazy demand and has constantly been out of stock. Aftermarket selling for like 175 to 200. Of course, that'll get fixed as more stock comes out, but it just shows the crazy demand for Fortnite. I do like this Peely Bone set a lot, but I just feel like Lego Fortnite is about 5 years too late. I remember being in college in 2018 when Fortnite was coming out and all the guys were playing it. Where was this 5 years ago, Lego?
Yeah, I hear you, DG, but it's been pretty flat since, what are we, 2021, 2022, with some pretty decent spikes. And actually, the low trend line there is trending back up. From what I'm hearing from my kids, it's getting a resurgence. I mean, it could be around a long time, and I saved this ace in the hole. Now let's talk Minecraft, right? When Minecraft sets first came out, Minecraft been out for a little while. You know, how popular it's going to be? Well, my kids still play Minecraft. There's still Minecraft Lego sets. We could have 10 years of Fortnite sets and look back and say, man, that Peely Bone is going for $400.
Yeah, I think that's very possible on the high end, like on the optimistic side of projections. On the pessimistic side of projections, I still think this holds its value. So in terms of probability of return, looks pretty positive here. So fair to say you think the Peely Bone is going to be a good set when it retires?
So I'm going with good set, but I'm going that it's a gamble, right? Like there's no comparables yet.
All right, now it's time for my good set, bad set. Today we're looking at the 76271 Batman the Animated Series Gotham City Batman set that's basically an art set. It's one of the coolest art sets Lego's ever done. The police blimps, very noteworthy. I'm not really a Batman guy, but just visually, aesthetically, this is amazing. I'm sure if you're a Batman fan, you will pick up on a lot of details and references. Minifigures out front, $300 retail price, 4,200 parts, kind of an art set design. Very short shelf life, came out April 1st, 2024, and is technically, currently, scheduled to retire in 2025. Now I want to show you something. If we look at the Camel 3X chart, never been put on sale from Amazon. If we look at third-party sales, check it out. This has sold when it's out of stock as high as $511, and more consistently here around 400 when out of stock. Only recently have we had third-party sales at or beneath the MSRP, and barely beneath. The lowest this has ever sold for is $283. So that's 6% off of MSRP. Retiring this year, art sets have been some real heavy hitters in the past. Very excited about this Batman set at a good discount. It should be pretty obvious at this point. I think this is one to watch.
100% agree. Did you watch my last Power Rankings video?
Don't put me on the spot like that, man. I skimmed it.
What are friends for? To not watch your videos? Well, I have this one in my Power Rankings. It's in my top 10. And one thing that's really cool is little panels come off. Like if you look at the bottom right there, you can see that a little panel is off and there's scenes behind those panels. I don't know if they're prints or stickers or what, but there's little Easter eggs in there, and you might even be able to move things around a little bit. I forget exactly, but there's more than just build it and put it up on the wall. It's build it, put it up on the wall, and every now and then go grab something, take a look. You know, there's a lot going on.
There's so many layers there.
Oh, so good.
Wow. Ferris wheel. Yeah.
So good. But yeah, see those different little sections that are off down there? Yep.
You know what these figures remind me of? The Welcome to Apocalypseburg and its minifigures, which are crazy valuable.
Yeah, well, those minifigs right there today are valued at $100. And so that's a third of the full retail price.
Yeah, man, look at this. It hangs on the wall. This is a no-brainer for me. I'm watching it closely. Got to get the lowest price, of course, for it to be a good investment. But this is one to watch.
And with nice minifigures, and it'll go great next to that Star Wars logo. I mean, just so much good stuff.
Oh my gosh, man. Well, that's going to do it for today's episode of Brick Talk. Number 28 is in the books. Lots of Lego Star Wars leaks and new releases. 2025 is shaping up to be a great year for the theme. Leave your comments down below. Check out BrickBucks Ignite if you would like to level up your Lego investing journey. Subscribe so you don't miss future content. Check out Kevin's channel and have a great day.
I'm out. Thanks.